Thank God with the fellowship of the Spirit. Maybe if I move it down a little bit, won't be as loud. There we go. I want to welcome everybody. Looks like Bill's here, and Don's here, and I think a Mr. Patterson, Frank Patterson.
That's correct. Everyone.
Howdy. I'm Fred Brown. I'll be your host and your, I guess you'd say song leader or musical guest today. We've got Shay back there on the board. Hopefully this comes through good on YouTube. It sounds like it's fairly loud, so that should come through quite clear. It says I need to read the mission and vision statements. Huh? They're over here. And our mission is to positively affect our world by extending peace, love, spirituality, understanding, and friendship to all people with grace and gratitude. And our vision is to be a spiritual center of awakening and awakening the I am in you, or the Christ consciousness, or like I like to say, is to hold a little space for unity, compassion, and kindness, because I think that's really the golden rule, right? I mean, above all others, the prophet of Nazareth spoke to us and said, in this all the laws of Moses are fulfilled, is to love your neighbor as you'd love yourself, and to give yourself to God. So that's just the way that's called the Fred Brown version. So got some songs for you. I like a lot of old, I guess you'd say, semi-folk, semi-rock music. And over the years, I've played and been highly influenced by a group called The Band. I don't know if you guys know who they are. But if you do, or if you don't, you should look them up. If you do, you're very blessed. They're so instrumental in the formation of I guess you could say folk rock or rock in general, because they were the band that worked with Ronnie and the Jayhawks, which kind of with Chuck Berry and them when these guys were kids. Ran around and did the old school rock and roll thing. And then when the Jayhawks disbanded, they were sitting in Nashville trying to figure out what to do, and they ran into this fellow that gotten pretty big, and his name was Bob Dylan. And Bob wanted to break everybody's heads in the folk music tradition and try to cross over electric to acoustic, and these fellows were the ones that did it with him and recorded a lot of his what you call the basement tapes. So anyway, one of the songs that they wrote that's very famous, and I'd always really loved to try to learn it, and I've been working on it. And it's a song that they've got quite a few historical songs, and this song's about if you ask AI, it says about a bitter soldier who survived the Civil War. I guess you couldn't really put it any better. But what's so beautiful about this song is it has a wonderful minor to major lift, and some of the saddest part of the song, it sounds like some of the happiest part of the song. So it's an amazing piece of work, and let's see if I can do it any justice. This song is called The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. Name is Virgil Kane, and I served on the Granville train till Stoneman's cavalry came, tore up the
starting great. I made the 10th. Richmond had fell. It's a time I remember oh so well. They drove old Dixie down. All the bells were ringing. It's the night they drove old Dixie down. All the people were singing. They sang na 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 na. Like my brother before me, I'm a working man. Like my brother above me, I took a rebel stand. He's just 18, proud and brave, when a Yankee laid him in his grave. I swear by the blood in my skin that man can't raise Cain when he's standing in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down. All the bells are ringing. It's a night they drove old Dixie down. And all the people were singing. They said, na 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 na. Now, back in Tennessee, my wife said to me, Virgil, come quick and see, there goes old Robert E. Lee. Now, I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. But you take what you can, you leave the rest. They should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down. All the people were singing. They sang, night they drove old Dixie down. All the bells were ringing. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Sort of got through it.
So, what do we got next? We have an opening prayer. And that will be done by the wonderful Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. It's a blessed day. Father, we do not know the way to you, but we have called and you have answered. Our hands are open to receive your gifts, and it is unto you for these. Yours is the way we would find and follow. We ask that your will, which is our own will as well, be done in us and in the world. And so it is. Namaste.
So it is. This song is in the binder, I do believe. This is one of the last songs I remember Hoyle shared with us. And it's called All Is Well. It should be in that blue binder there. Or black or blue or yeah. Seems for some reason my voice is leaving me, but I said my voice is leaving me. But that may be because I'm working off about maybe 2 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep. So. I'm not worried about tomorrow, the day I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know that all is well and surrounding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, and all is well. All is well, and resounding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours, and it's mine. I am loved, and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and folding as it should? Sing all is well, yes, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, yeah, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit. I am led by the divine. I am one with all that is and was free from time. I am blessed, and so are you. Don't it feel good to know that all is well and folding as it should? We sing all is well, yeah, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, yeah, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I said, all is well and all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. By the great Ernie Watkins Jr., folks. Ernie Watkins Jr. None of these songs are mine, obviously, or ours. What do we got now? We have reflection. Oh, actually, let me do that. So we read this together. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness, and so it is. And at this point in the service lately, we've been sending love and light and good vibes to our former pastor here. His name was George Harris. And
He had surgery to replace the battery, deeply stimulated when the building was wrecked on purpose and stuff. So he was
Well, so the update is that Bill talked to George on the phone. He just recently had surgery to replace the battery in his brain stimulator device. It's for Parkinson's, and he is recovering, and it looks like replacing the battery is doing him a world of wonder. So we want to thank Bill for that, and thank the powers that be and the great creator for all the modern science and batteries. Hopefully they put one of them Energizer Bunny ones in there that'll just keep on going. So that's great. So we're going to tone George's name. Let's see how slow I can do this. So we'll start with George and then Harris. 1, 2, 3. George Harris. Love you, brother. All right. Let's see what I've got. A scripture reading? Yep. Jerry's going to kill that again.
This little book is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Remember that you become what you practice most. Repeated practice is one of the most basic principles of most spiritual and meditative paths. In other words, whatever you practice most is what you will become. If you are in the habit of being uptight, whenever life isn't quite right, repeatedly reacting to criticism by defending yourself, insisting on being right, allowing your thinking to snowball in response to adversity, or acting like life is an emergency, then unfortunately your life will be a reflection of this type of practice. You will be frustrated because, in a sense, you have practiced being frustrated. Likewise, however, you can choose to bring forth in yourself qualities of compassion, patience, kindness, humility, and peace. Again, through what you practice. I guess it's safe to say that practice makes perfect. It makes sense then to be careful what you practice. This isn't to suggest that you make your entire life into a great big project where the goal is to be constantly improving yourself, only that it's immensely helpful to become conscious of your own habits, both internal and external. Where is your attention? How do you spend your time? Are you cultivating habits that are helpful to your stated goals? Is what you say you want your life to stand for consistent with what your life really stands for? Simply asking yourself these and other important questions and answering them honestly helps to determine which strategies will be most useful to you. Have you always said to yourself, I'd like to spend more time by myself, or I've always wanted to learn to meditate, yet somehow you've never found the time? Sadly, many people spend far more time wishing than washing their car. Washing your car or watching reruns on television shows that they don't even enjoy them than they do making up for aspects of their life to nurture their hearts. If you remember this, what you practice, what you will become, you may begin to start choosing different types of practice. And that's what I'm doing in my life. Thank you.
Thank you. So I changed the song because I play it often. Change the song. This will be in the Brown Book. I've got Peace Like a River. I haven't played it in a while. And it's more religious, so it's number 356 near the end of that Brown Book.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like a mountain. I've got love like a mountain. I've got love like a mountain in my soul. I've got love like a mountain. I've got love just like a mountain. I've got love like a mountain in my soul. Cause I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy just like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Because I've got peace just like a river. I've got that peace flowing like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace just like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Yeah, if I would have forgot the very beginning of the first one, but that happens. Now we got the wonderful Mark Wolf over here on YouTube land. It's all your turn, brother. If you've been here for a while, this man needs no introduction. If you would like to look up his other, I guess you'd say, thoughts and ministry that he gives to us, and which we are so grateful for. Thank you. We've got lots of content on YouTube, and you can search our channel if you go to Fellowship of Spirit on YouTube, and you can see a lot of great Mark Wolf talks. And so we are so pleased, grateful, and thankful for you, Mark. And take it over, brother.
What is that, my cue?
That's you.
Are we there yet? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Fellowship of Spirit, in beautiful, beautiful Farmington, New Mexico. Listen, I'm very happy to be here, back here with all of you this morning. I have a message to share with you. I'm very excited about it, and I hope that you're going to find it as exciting as I have. But first, I shared with you last spring, just in the last spring, that this year of 2025 is now suddenly 30 years since I first came to Farmington to be your speaker. Now, life has a way of happening, and so I was in Farmington for a while and then found myself in Durango for 11 years. and the time in Durango was amazing. It was, I'm happy to say that, so, well, I lived in Colorado for a long time. It was a time of great personal growth and spiritual growth. And of course, there's some challenges as well. But during that time, both my son and daughter were born. And during that time, both my mom and my dad passed away. And then I moved back to Farmington. And I have to tell you this, at a very, very low point in my life, a very low point in my life, I got a call from John Bryson. And it was a Saturday morning, exactly 10 years ago. And John said, we're going to church tomorrow. I'll pick you up at 9:30. Be sure you're ready. And John's voice was always so soft and kind, but this time he was very firm. He said, he gave me the set of instructions, he said, be ready. And so I said, okay, and that was exactly precisely 10 years ago. And I really was at an exceptionally low point. But I need you to know that my life began to turn around, and instantly, literally instantly, as soon as I got connected with all of you. And anyway, thank you to all of you for the light and the elevation that you have brought to me. And thank you to John Bryson, wherever in the light you are, wherever in the light you are, thank you for bringing me back to all of you. Okay. This morning, I want to share a message with all of you, and I'm calling it Gentle Reminders. Okay? Because these are things that you've heard before. But I want us to look at these perhaps in a new way, string them together in a new way, and put the pieces together in a new way. Okay? Because listen, when this was shared with me by one of my teachers in the Kabbalah, the amazing Michael Berg, I found it to be especially helpful and comforting, but also very exciting. And I just could hardly wait to share this with you. Okay, so gentle reminders. Gentle reminder number one. The first gentle reminder this morning is that you are not alone. All right? In other words, you don't have to do this thing called life all by yourself. The light of the Creator and all the angels of the Creator's light are around you all the time. Excuse me, when you need help, you just need to ask. When you need a hug, all you have to do is ask, okay? And it's there. And sometimes people say, well, why can't I feel it? I don't know. Maybe you need to ask, but we have to have certainty, okay? Certainty that the light and the messengers of the light are there. Listen, I was introduced to Psalm 34 many, many years ago. I love Psalm 34. It's very sweet. It's very beautiful. And in verse 7, it says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. And I love that. That's been so meaningful to me through the years. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. And I love that. But sometimes people say, okay, but why can't I see it? It's okay. You don't have to see it. You just have to know that it's there. You don't have to see it. You just have to know that the forces of darkness can see it. And don't be afraid. Okay? This is a curious thing about fear. I'm going to tell you this. Fear is mentioned very early in the Bible. Okay? It's mentioned very early. It's actually mentioned in one of those many Bible passages that really don't make any sense. There are a lot of those that really don't make any sense if you stop and think about it. And we're going to take a look at one of these. This is Genesis chapter 3. It says, the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And Adam said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid. Now, wait a minute. Okay, come on. Listen, the Creator has just finished creating the universe and now has to ask one of his creations, where are you hiding? I mean, seriously? The Creator has been busy, supposedly for 6 days, collapsing huge clouds, excuse me, of hydrogen gas into stars and then twirling them into galaxies, but has to ask Adam, "Where are you hiding?" And it really doesn't make any sense on the surface. Now, part of the reason that doesn't make any sense is we're looking at it backwards. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, we're looking at it backwards. It is a spiritual teaching. All right? It is a spiritual teaching about the nature of fear. It's not a story about events that actually happened. Now, what this is saying to us is very simple, but it's also very profound. God said, "Adam, where are you?" And Adam said, "I was afraid." It means that when we are afraid, okay, listen, when we give in to fear, then we begin to cut ourselves off from the light of the Creator. The light is still there. Okay, the angels are still there, but fear is much like a cloud that passes in front of the sun, temporarily blocking the sunlight. So don't be afraid. Okay, why? Because you're not alone. The Creator never intended that we should be here on this tiny planet alone. The Creator knew that we were going to need help, and it's right here, wherever you are. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask. It's right there. All right, gentle reminder number one, you're not in this alone. Okay, now, a gentle reminder number two, wherever you are, you're in the right place. You are where you're supposed to be. Now, sometimes that's hard to understand. Okay, sometimes we feel like turning our face to the sky and saying, "God, seriously? What am I doing here?" And so the idea or the spiritual teaching that wherever we are, we're in the right place, this can be difficult to understand. I get it. But listen, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you the story of Joseph. Because in all the Bible, cover to cover, no story speaks to my heart more than the story of Joseph. And I love this story. I'm going to share it with you. Here's why. Joseph was the 11th son of Jacob, the patriarch. Joseph had the gift of dreams, okay? Joseph could see glimpses of the future in dreams, and Joseph knew how to interpret dreams. Now, Joseph's older brothers were jealous of him, and they came up with a plan. They're going to get rid of him. We're going to fix this guy up just once and for all. So one day when they were out in the field, a long way from home, tending the sheep, they sold Joseph to a caravan of merchants. They sold him, and Joseph became a slave in Egypt, betrayed by his brothers, betrayed by his family. Joseph was purchased by a man named Potiphar. Potiphar's wife was very attracted to Joseph, but when Joseph refused her sexual advances, she accused him falsely, claiming sexual assault. And Joseph went to prison based on her accusations. No trial, no hearing, went to prison. And Joseph was in prison for a long time. But one night, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had dreams that troubled him. And no one could tell him what the dreams meant, so they sent for Joseph. And Joseph came before Pharaoh, and Pharaoh told him about the dreams. And Joseph said, "Oh, it's very simple. God has shown you what's about to happen. The next 7 years are going to be amazing years for the wheat harvest. Huge bumper crop of wheat every year for the next 7 years. But then there's going to be a famine. And it's going to last for 7 years, and it's going to be really, really bad. So what you need to do is to start stockpiling wheat right now." And Pharaoh says, "Wow, where is there anybody as wise as this? So do it." And Joseph, listen, you are now second in command of all of Egypt. And so Joseph became very wealthy and actually married the daughter of Potiphar. And it was just like Joseph said, 7 years, bumper crop of wheat. And then there was a famine, and it was really bad. But there was plenty to eat in Egypt because they had been stockpiling wheat. The famine was also in the land of Canaan, the land of Canaan. And Jacob's family, back in Canaan, they ran out of food. So the brothers took their donkeys and they went to Egypt to buy some food. Story's amazing. I love this story so much. Anyway, in time, it's a beautiful story. Joseph reveals himself to his brothers. He says, Ani Yosef, I am Joseph. And then Joseph says something to the brothers. He says something that bothered me for a long time. It's Genesis chapter 45. Joseph says to the brothers, do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because God sent me ahead of you to save lives. God sent me ahead of you to save your lives. So then it was not you who sent me here, but God. And I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. This is the best plan that God could come up with? Seriously? Betrayed by his family, sold as a slave, falsely accused, thrown into prison for a long time, and yet it was not you who sent me here, but God. And this was God's best plan? Really? And I was seriously not okay with this, you know? And then one day, I suddenly understood the spiritual teaching behind the story, okay? The story, what it's saying is, don't be afraid, don't be distressed, because no matter where you are, it's exactly where you need to be. And no matter how you got there, where you are is exactly where you need to be. Okay? Where you are is exactly where you need to be for right now. I said, but I don't like where I am. Okay. And I understand that. I get it. I really do. I've been several places that I did not like. So you ask a question. All right? You ask a question of the Creator's light. And you ask the question, what do I need to do to move on from here? Okay? That's all. Ask that question and the answer will come. No place on this earth, no condition on this earth is permanent. Just ask what you need to do to move forward. But realize, okay, that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. God has sent you there, okay? And that's gentle reminder number 2. Now, gentle reminder number 3, okay? Everything that is yours, all right? Everything that is truly yours will come to you, all right? Everything that is yours, okay? It cannot be kept from you. This is exciting, okay? Because this is a consciousness that is absolutely filled to overflowing with power. Everything that is truly yours is looking for you right now. It will come to you even if it must fling open the gates of miracles. What is yours and cannot be kept from you. All the obstacles are torn down and washed away. No obstacle can stand before God's perfect love because no obstacle exists in the mind of God. What might appear to be an obstacle is really only an opportunity for you to look and see and taste that God is good and God desires to bless you abundantly. Now, listen, turn this into a daily affirmation and use it to heal and elevate your consciousness. Get excited about the possibilities inside this gentle reminder. Everything that is mine comes to me now, swiftly, easily, eagerly, effortlessly. What is mine cannot be kept from me, and all obstacles are now washed away. Light of the Creator, bless me until my vessel of receiving is overwhelmed and I must borrow the vessels of my neighbors. Okay, there's your affirmation. Use that, get excited about it, feel it, make it real, because when you feel, you make it real. Okay? Now, what does it mean to overwhelm my ability to receive so that I have to borrow the vessels of my neighbors? Okay, now what is that about? Okay, here it is. This is a teaching that is hidden. Okay, it is a teaching that is hidden in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 4. I'm going to share it with you for the first time. All right, 2 Kings, chapter 4. There was a woman who had 2 sons. And when her husband died, he left debts that she was not able to pay. And so now the creditors were coming to take away her 2 sons and sell them as slaves in order to cover the debts. And the woman came to Elisha the prophet to get an answer for this terrible dilemma. And Elisha said to her, "Okay, so what do you have?" And she said, "All I have is a little bottle of olive oil." And Elisha said, "Perfect. Go to your neighbors and borrow as many vessels, as many bottles, as many jugs, as many vessels as you can, as many as you can, okay, as many as you can. Then close the door and start filling the vessels and the bottles and the jugs." And so she did exactly what Elisha told her to do, and her little bottle of olive oil filled every jug and vessel and bottle she had. Okay, and then through the miracle, she sold the oil and paid the creditors and had plenty of money left over. Now, here's the hidden teaching. When you ask to be blessed, when you affirm that you are blessed, until your vessel is overwhelmed and you have to borrow vessels from your neighbors, you're tapping into the miracle working power of this story in 2 Kings. You're asking the light to bless you with so much good, so much blessing, so much fulfillment, so many good things that you have to share it with your neighbors. Okay? That's the hidden teaching. God, fill me up completely. Fill me up completely so that I can fill them up as well. Now, who are your neighbors? Simple. Everybody you share your blessings with. Everything that is mine comes to me now, swiftly, easily, eagerly, effortlessly. What is mine cannot be kept from me, even if it must fling open the doors of miracles, for all obstacles are washed away. Light of the Creator, bless me until my vessel of receiving is so overwhelmed that I must borrow the vessels of my neighbors so that through me they may also be abundantly blessed. Okay. Gentle reminder number 3, what is yours, and it cannot be kept from you. Now, gentle reminder number 4, there are no coincidences, and everything has meaning. Now, sometimes this can be hard to understand, especially if you follow the news. You follow the news, it's easy just to throw up your hands and say, it's all gone crazy. It has, it's all gone crazy. Where's the meaning in all of this madness? Listen, here's the thing. We are not always called upon to understand, but we're always called upon to have faith. The teacher said that even if a little bird falls out of the sky, the Creator is aware. So consider the river. The river is always running to the ocean. It has no choice. Now, maybe some part of the river, some little spot in the river, maybe it's behind a rock, and so it's kind of swirling around backwards. Or maybe there's a spot in the river is behind a fallen log, and it's not really moving at all for a while. And there are a lot of people in the world who seem to be swirling around backwards right now. Does anybody agree? But the river is still running toward the ocean. It has no choice. Okay. The human race is still returning to God. It has no choice. Even if people over there are running around backwards, or people over there are trying their best not to move at all, there are still no coincidences, and everything has meaning in the big scheme. Now, this goes back to the teaching of Joseph in Egypt, because it was not you who sent me here, it was God. And so we learn that even when things appear to be going completely and utterly wrong, the Creator is still in control, okay? There are no accidents, but there definitely are opportunities for healing and growth and awakening, okay? No coincidences, but there are opportunities for forgiveness and love. That's gentle reminder number 4. Okay, finally, our time together here is always so short. Finally, gentle reminder number 5. It's very simple, okay? Choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. See? Very simple. Now, sometimes people say, well, I'm happy today because I saw a butterfly when I went for a walk. Well, I'm happy today because it's Friday. I'm happy today because they gave me free shipping on my order. Okay? But listen, we love butterflies. We do. And Fridays can be great. And what's not to love about free shipping, you know? But it's not a thing to base your happiness on. Because tomorrow you go for a walk, you don't see a butterfly. No, now I'm sad. And after Friday comes Monday. Blah. And the next time, maybe you do not get free shipping. Choose to be happy anyway, okay? Because why should we choose to be happy in a world gone mad? That's a valid question. It is. But here's the answer. First, don't let things out there decide whether you are happy or not in here. Things out there are always changing. So don't let them choose for you. You choose for you because you're in charge of you. Choose to be happy because you're not alone in this world. Choose to be happy because where you are right now is your right place. Choose to be happy because what is yours comes to you swiftly, easily, eagerly, effortlessly, and cannot be kept from you. Choose to be happy because there are no coincidences and everything has meaning. And when you choose to be happy, you bring a light into the world that would not have come into the world any other way. When you choose to be happy, you elevate the world around you. Because remember, even the rocks and stones have consciousness. Okay, 5 gentle reminders, all things you've heard before, but I hope we were able to put a new spin on them today and look at them in a different way. Now, many thanks to Michael Berg of the Kabbalah Center for the outline for today's message. Share this video. Fred, back to you. Well, Fred.
I'm coming. Share this video.
Hi, Mark, it's Jerry.
Hi,
I just wanted to tell
There
you
you
that.
are.
Hi, here. I just wanted to tell you that I love the reminders of all of these because we know them. We just have to be reminded. But I also wanted to tell you that when things seem scary or frightening, Fred's
Like
beating
now,
up.
okay.
Anyway, the thing that I have come to realize, because he's been there during some very adverse times in my life, that if God takes me to it, he will get me through it. I just have to
Yep.
know that, like you said, all you have to do is ask, or all you have to do is believe that you can get through this, that nothing is impossible. Nothing.
There you go. Psalm
Thank you.
91.
I'll remember that. Thank
Psalm
you.
91.
Does anybody else have any comments? Notice that we're the only ones that are here today, so that's a small circle. So, thanks again, Mark.
Welcome. Welcome.
Let's give a hand for Mark. Gracias, gracias. Right on. Looks like next song I put in here was Somos el Barco. And that is also in the blue or black binder, somewhere around the S's, near, I guess, the middle or end. Stream sings it to the river sings it to the sea sings it to the boat that carries you and me. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, and you sail in me. La 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 la. The boat we are sailing on was built by many hands, and the sea we are sailing on was touched by every hand. Somos el barco, somos el mar, somos el mar, no navegas en ti, navegas en mí. We are the boat, and we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. La 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 la. La la la. The stream sings it to the river sings it to the sea sings it to the boat that carries you and me. Somos el barco, somos el mar, we are the sea. You sail in me. We are the boat. We are the boat. We are the sea. We are the sea. I sail in you, and you sail in me. There we go. It helps when I actually look at the notes. So now we'll have our celebration of abundance. If you have anything to give, break it out.
and hold it over your heart. And as we say, divine love flows through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. And I am prosperous. You are prosperous. We are prosperous. Right on. If we would have had a youth group, this would be the time they'd come up and say hi, but we don't. Are there any announcements? No?
I'm going to be gone for 2.5 weeks.
Jerry's going to be gone for 2.5 weeks. She's going to be overseas in the land of Japan, the land of the rising sun. There we go. And now we have Bill.
Good morning, everyone. For the closing reading here, never outgrow love. It kind of matches along with what things Mark had to say. A baby is born with a need to be loved and never outgrows it. That's a quote from Frank A. Clark. We were made to love and be loved. It is a deep and essential need. Yet sometimes we speak with scorn about people who appear emotionally needy. They seem immature and aren't really a measure of our ability to hide our needs. With open eyes and a sense of humor, we can find appropriate ways to receive and give more love. We begin with loving ourselves and grow from there, discovering we can love others with our own boundaries intact. The walkaway is, I will never outgrow my need for love, and I recognize and respect that those around me need love also. And it's so true that we can't love others until we truly love ourselves, and then we can open our hearts and love others. So I wish you all to have a wonderful week and open your hearts and be happy. Amen.
Amen. Wow. Thing is hot, hot, hot. Not sure how that happened. So now if we'll all gather around, we get out of here with our closing songs.
Let's push that back. Well, this is rare. We've got more men than women here today.
One, two, three. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together in unity, and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, family all are we. So let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Yes.
Everybody go out and have a wonderful week. You have a great trip. Be very safe. Flight be quick and uneventful. And your trip be enlightening.
Oh, it will be. Oh, it
God
will
bless
be.
you all. Namaste.
Thank you all. Thank you.
I think it would be so funny and wonderful if you ran into my son's girlfriend over there. She's gonna be in Japan. Her name is Kelly. Okay, I will remember. And all the